Welcome to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a show for the physician who understands the importance of protecting everything you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to find the peace of mind that only financial security can bring, let's get started. Here's your host, Billy Gwaltney.
Welcome to today's episode of the Cover Your Assets podcast. I'm your host, Billy Gwaltney. Excited to be with you today. Today's topic is the Ameritas Guaranteed Standard Issue policy details for residents and fellows at Ohio State University. Every now and then, one of the top true specialty on occupation disability insurance carriers, of which Ameritas is one, offers their best coverage with no medical screening. And that's what we're talking about here today. I'm one of the exclusive brokers for this with Ameritas. And I want to start this by talking about giving a quick summary of what the a properly designed true specialty policy looks like. If you have the best policy or one of the best policies, it's going to contain three elements. Okay. And these are, again, non-negotiable for a really good policy. The first one is the true specialty on occupation definition of disability. And this definition means two things. One, it means that if an illness or injury prevents you from performing the material duties of your specialty or subspecialty, then you're totally disabled for policy benefit purposes. The second thing it means is that there's then no penalty for income you later earn doing something different. So if you can't do your specialty or subspecialty, you're disabled, okay, for policy purposes. You can then go teach or consult, write a book, whatever you want to do, make an unlimited income doing that, and there's no penalty to your benefit, okay? It's the best coverage you can get, best definition you can get. And that's included in this opportunity here at Ohio State. The second key element is what's called the enhanced residual benefit. And this is partial disability. It pays if you can do your specialty or subspecialty part-time, but not full-time. Then whatever the percentage loss of pay you experience, Ameritas will pay you that percentage of your benefit. And that's present in this policy. The third key element is what's called the long-term recovery benefit, and it's included in the enhanced residual benefit section of the contract. And the recovery benefit is vital. It pays if you medically recover from a disability and go back to work, but when you go back to work, your income doesn't recover to what it used to be. And that happens a lot. We have clients that have collected for over a decade from that. And that's included in this coverage. Okay. So it's like a three-legged stool. If you take one leg away, it becomes unstable and probably falls over. And that's applicable here. Even a corny analogy is applicable. All three of these are included in this coverage that we're talking about here today. And this coverage typically requires streamlined medical screening and medical underwriting approval. This involves answering 25 to 30 medical questions about your medical history and any risky hobbies and prescriptions and so forth. As a result, it could include exclusions for pre-existing conditions. It could be rated. You could be required to pay a higher premium than a standard discounted rate, or it could result in a decline. And every now and then, one of the top carriers, which Ameritas is doing here, will say at this particular location, at this particular training facility, Ohio State University, we're going to offer our best coverage with our trainee discount with no medical underwriting. And that is really good news. Because GSI is the insurance world calls this Guaranteed Standard Issue, or GSI for short. And this means, again, no medical underwriting. There are no medical questions. There are no exclusions for pre-existing conditions, even if there's a history of diabetes or anxiety or depression or even cancer. Not only are they going to give you the standard rate with the discount and cover you with their best definitions, they're not going to exclude the pre-existing conditions either. Okay. Risky hobbies, those are not excluded either. Those are included. The coverage includes the trainee discount, which for Ameritas is 20%, and it's for the life of the policy on everything you buy. Ameritas will allow you to purchase up to $5,000 a month of this coverage while you're in training. And it also includes what's called the benefit increase rider that lets you expand your coverage once you become an attending based on your higher income. So there's a formula the companies use to calculate how much insurance an attending can buy. And you would be able to increase your coverage from 5,000 up to a cap of 15,000 over the course of your career. Again, no medical questions. The 20% trainee discount is included. The best definitions are included. The policy is private and portable. You take it with you wherever you go. You call the shots. No employer now or in the future can tell you what you should or could do with it, okay, or what you have to do with it. The policy is non-cancelable and guaranteed renewable. And what that means is that you can walk away at any time, but the insurance company cannot cancel the policy. Okay, you can cancel, they cannot. They can never change the definitions, and they can never increase the rate. Okay, and like I said, it includes the best definitions with the benefit increase rider as well. So I'm an independent broker. I work with over 3,000 physicians across the country. Anytime an insurance company that's one of the top carriers with the true specialty marketplace offers their best coverage with no medical screening, it's a very compelling situation or opportunity that needs to be communicated. You need to take advantage of this. It's the best coverage, no medical screening, and it's got their trainee discount. If you're listening to this, you probably have received some emails from me, and an email that includes quotes that would be for $5,000 a month of coverage. And I also include a quote for $2,500 just so you can see it. There's no law that says you have to start at $5,000. If you started at $2,500, you would have less coverage, obviously, but the cost would be essentially half. There's a proportional relationship between the benefit and the cost. And you would still be able to scale it up or expand it up to $15,000 a month. These quotes include the 90-day elimination period, which is how long you self-insure or wait from the date of a disability until the first check shows up. Okay, so if you're disabled in January, you get the check in April. Okay, it includes a benefit period to age 65, and it includes the cost of living adjustment rider or COLA rider that increases the benefit once a claim is filed to account for inflation. Okay, over the course of a claim, it'll increase it by up to 3%, and that's compounded each year. And so you'll see the rates for Ameritas. A lot of times I include rates with the other top companies just so you can see that how competitive the Ameritas rate is, and those others would require medical underwriting, and this one does not. And so to summarize it, you're getting no medical questions, no exclusions for medical conditions, no exclusions for risky hobbies. You're getting the best definitions on a portable policy that's private. You keep it as long as you want to keep it. You can increase it up to $15,000 per month as your income allows in the future. In the information I sent you, there's a point that says next steps. If you want to proceed, there's a link to a form called a disability intake form that you put in your personal information and probably take you 5 or 10 minutes. You do that electronically, then you e-sign the application electronically, and that's it. Allow 2 to 4 weeks for processing. We're in touch with you throughout. Some quick summary points in wrapping up. 1, get it while you can. These insurance companies do not keep these guaranteed issue opportunities available forever. Once Ameritas has enough, they'll shut off the spigot. Okay. There's no law that says they have to keep it for a certain amount of time. They could shut it down today. Now, there's no indication they're going to. Okay. I don't want to overstate that, but I also don't want to understate it. Technically, this is available to you for as long as you're in training at Ohio State. Okay. But don't be naive and think that, okay, I don't need to think about it until I'm walking out the door from training, because it may not be here a year from now or 2 years from now or however long. Okay. So get it while you can. That's why we show the lower amount, so you can get it and still check that box, because once you get it, they can never take it away from you. Then you can still scale it up to 15,000 in the future. Okay. The second key point is you have to apply for this GSI before you apply elsewhere with another company. If you apply for another insurance company's policy, and you get an exclusion, you get a rating, you're declined, or if you even postpone it, you can no longer apply for the GSI. It's excluded for you forever. Okay. That's brutal. Okay. So it's important that you know that you need to do this first before you go somewhere else. There are no exceptions to that. They used to occasionally make an exception, but they don't do that anymore. The third key element is who your broker is matters. Okay. Your broker gets paid a small percentage of the premium you pay for the life of the policy. That's automatically built in. If you stop listening to this, called Ameritas directly and said, hey, can I get this? They're going to send you to me. Okay. There has to be a broker on any disability policy you buy. The point in that being paid to the broker over a long period is to incentivize me or the broker to try to keep you happy. It's up to you to make sure that that happens. Make sure your broker is an expert. It really does matter, not only now in making sure you get the right definitions. You can have the right insurance company and still not have the right definitions. Okay. It's important that you get all three, and then the benefit increase rider, and that they help you through this underwriting, help you increase your coverage in the future. And then your broker can advocate for you at the time of claim. The broker can be as involved as you want him or her to be. Now, Ameritas is great at claim time, okay? But we've had some people run down the mountain on their own at claim time, and they really didn't know what they were doing. And things got muddy. They just didn't communicate it clearly, and so they needed help. They were initially denied by the top companies. I got involved, and we got them approved. Okay. These contracts are really well written. Okay. But navigating a claim is something that you want someone with a lot of experience to do, someone that's on your side, and that can help guide you through that process and make sure you're getting the care that you need. It's up to you to make sure that you're working with an expert. I'm an expert. This is what I do all day, every day. I love it. Would love the opportunity to help you, but just buyer beware, whether me or somebody else, just make sure they're an expert. This GSI opportunity is only available with a couple of brokers, and I'm one of the exclusive brokers for this. So make sure you get this opportunity if you want it, and make sure you get it right. I hope you found this helpful. I welcome the opportunity to talk with you further. Feel free to text me. You can call too, but text is probably better. It comes into my team and me, 704-270-2376. Again, 704-270-2376. And we can arrange a time to speak in more detail about your specific situation. I look forward to hopefully hearing from you. Thank you for your time. I'm grateful for that.
Thanks for listening to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a Work P2P production. New episodes drop every 2 weeks. If you've enjoyed the conversation, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. For more tips and advice, visit the website and YouTube channel. Check the show notes for links. Join us next time for another episode dedicated to helping physicians like you get your disability insurance right and protect your way of life.